Hello and welcome back to my tutorial series on the fourth programming language, stack-oriented language from the 1970s. Last time we talked about basic stack-oriented arithmetic that uses reverse Polish notation and a couple of inbuilt functions or words as they're called in fourth. And today I want to elaborate on the on functions and words in the fourth programming language. Um, so in a normal language, I say normal, fourth is a normal language, but it's special. Um, in a normal language, to declare a function, like in Rust, you would write function, and then you would write, the function name, and then maybe you give it some parameters like num1, it's an integer, and num2, that is also an integer. And then you would define an output like that. And that would be your function in Rust. Now, in fourth, if you want to make a word, it's a little bit different. The primary difference being that we don't use parameters in fourth. We don't need to. If your function needs to take parameters, like it needs to take number input, then you just put those things on the stack and then you call the function, and that function can take the things from the stack. There's no reason that we have any sort of parameter in fourth, which is nice. So to declare a new word, all we have to do is type a colon and space, and this just declares a new function. To name our function, we can give it a name like here. Oh, okay, there we go. It just lagged for a moment. Okay, half for a name, and then let's write about what it does. So if you want to comment, you just do this parentheses, and then you just make sure you space it out. If you don't space it out, then it will detect that as like its own word, and it'll give you an error. So here we will write divides by 2. I think I need another I right there. Okay, and then we end it, and that's our comment to describe what it does, and then we will add a 2 to the stack, divide, and then to end our declaration here, we'll do semicolon. It's our ending notation. And now you can see, okay, it worked, and now there's a new word in the programming language called half that I can use. So let's try it out. Let's try to divide 10 in half. Now, there's 5. See? So that's kind of the basics of making words in fourth and how they work, which is pretty good because every programming language needs functions. It's very helpful to have. We can do cooler stuff with this as well. There's a lot we can do with functions. Let's see. What about a function? Oh, let's see. A function that yeah, like a hello world function. That's something that I didn't go over. So one of the other cool things about words in fourth is that they're actually compiled, which is different from the rest of it. So anything outside of a function, not compiled, it's interpreted. But anything inside of a function is, which is kind of interesting because then you have like a mix between interpreted and compiled, and it's very different. So yeah, usually the first thing you do in a programming language is print hello world, but I mean, hey, it's special. So this is some new notation, but for you can simultaneously push and pop a string value um, by doing period, which usually pops, and then you put a string. No separation though. This is its own word declaration here. It's a different thing. Um, Space. Hello world. And now if we end it, it's good. Okay, and now we can write hello. And as you can see, it printed hello world. Um, yeah, which is pretty cool. If you actually try, you can add strings to here. Like if I just try to add hello world, you can see we get 938,534,644,121,444 space 11. Not the prettiest thing in the whole world, but this is the ASCII code for hello world, which is kind of interesting. So because fourth stack is it's numeric and only stores numbers, whenever you want to store a letter, it's going to be stored like this. And you would have to do the conversion back if you wanted to store letters on the stack. So yeah, that's kind of the basics of words in fourth. I hope you enjoyed, and I know this one was a bit short, but yeah, that's kind of all there is to talk about. Um, Thank you for watching, and goodbye.